Good morning, everybody. Nice to be here with you today. My name is Maria Cristina Didero, and I am the moderator of this second talk of the Design Made in Hong Kong. I'm a design curator and a writer, and I'm very happy to welcome you. First of all, we are very honored to have with us today Italian General Counsel in Hong Kong, Mr. Clemente Contestabile. And as this relationship with Italy Hong Kong is gonna bring great fruits soon, I would like to ask him how he feels about this relationship between the two countries. Good morning, Council.
Yeah, it's early afternoon in Hong Kong. I thank you very much, Maria Cristina, for this opportunity to interact with our friends in Hong Kong and in Milan about design and present a key program of the Italian Cultural Institute in Hong Kong about the cooperation between Italy and Hong Kong, Milan and Hong Kong about design. As you might know, Maria Cristina, this is the design week for Hong Kong. Usually in this part of the year, the business of design week starts, and it's a major gathering for all designers, creators, and business people related to the design industry in Hong Kong and in all Asia.
Yes, a very active week with a lot of events. I had the pleasure to visit in the past.
Yes, and you might compare the business of Design Week to the Milan Design Week. And in terms of the strategy to promote design as a key engine for this city as well as for Milan. So Stefano, Fossati, and I, we have start planning about bridging between Milan and Hong Kong since a long time, and despite the challenges we have been facing in this last year, today I think it's a key moment, because this is the presentation of design made in Hong Kong, a program by the Italian Cultural Institute in partnership with Cinque Vie and Mr. Lawrence, to create a permanent connection between Milan and Hong Kong on design and between designers and design schools. I think this is very important for the two cities, because they share a lot. Milan and Hong Kong are both innovative city. They are the crossroad of different cultures, and they aspire to be global. So I think when we look at the future is very much interconnected, despite the challenges we're living right now. And I think Hong Kong and Milan has a lot to share and has a lot to exchange in terms of their experience in the design business. So I'm very pleased, and I wish to thank once again Stefano Fossati, the director of the Cultural Institute, for launching this idea, and all the stakeholders playing a role to make sure that this dialogue between the two cities on design starts and develop in the next year and beyond.
Thank you very much, Council Contestabile. I didn't want to interrupt you to present Stefano Fossati, in fact, the heart and soul of the whole project. I didn't want to interrupt you. So Stefano Fossati is the director of the Istituto Italiano di Cultura in Hong Kong, Italian Cultural Institute. And as I said, it's actually the one who promoted and who really wanted to push Italian design, and the Italian design events and exchange in Hong Kong. So Stefano, can you tell us about the project? How did it start? What do you want to achieve, and how much you are happy about it?
Well, very happy because the list of the participants is proof that the design made in Hong Kong is doing well and involving students, academics, professionals, and cultural association and companies. When I started planning at the end of the last year, my idea was to repeat the experience of a similar project I had created in Osaka in 2019, which was called Design Made in Osaka, and had among other partners the Super Studio Group, who hosted the exhibition as part of the object created by young Japanese designers. In Hong Kong, the project underwent significant modifications because thanks to the initial collaboration with the architect Santina Bonini, we could involve the three most important institutions in Hong Kong in the field of design and education. And thanks to the Cinque Vie Association and Mr. Lawrence's studio, we could create an important connection between Hong Kong and Milan. And as you can see, all the activity has been implemented online, and this was done not only because of the pandemic. We wanted to create from the very beginning a virtual space that allowed every partner to exchange ideas or suggestions quickly and make the progress of the work visible internationally. So the virtual space we are launching today, the Design Made in Hong Kong website, shows how much work has been done so far. So I'm very happy for this. And one more thing, I would like to mention that the next important step of this project is the exhibition we are planning at the Hong Kong Arts Center in March, hopefully live, and where I hope I can meet at last all our friends and collaborators based in Hong Kong.
Can you tell us something more about what is going to happen in March, Mr. Fossati?
Well, in March we wanted to have the show also the general public how has been developed the project.
Okay.
Showing from the one side some examples from the three designers that have been participating in the webinar, and some objects that are kind of iconic of the Italian design and connected to the idea of the project. And of course, show what the three groups and the three universities have been done. So it will be a very important moment. We planned at the beginning in March because due to many schedules that have been changed. So initially, the Italian design, the Milano Design Week was planned in April. So the idea was to exhibit before Milano Design Week, but now it's been postponed in September. So,
sure.
But the idea was to at least to show in one exhibition what has been done here in Hong Kong and which are the suggestion of the Italian designers and the Italian design in general.
And Mr. Fossati, how is the reception of Italian design in Hong Kong? It's pretty wide. I mean, I've been there a couple of times, and there is this. I mean, when you mention Italian design, people get really much excited. They send a lot of students to our schools. There are. What's your take?
Yeah, definitely. The Italian design is very much known and spread and also commercially active. But see, this is why I think that this project will add some different perspective. So with this project, we start a dialogue within the student that I would like to thank, especially because the students are our future.
Yes.
the Italian professional and the Italian also and the Hong Kong professor. So I think that I hope that with this project we will start a very fruitful dialogue between all these realities.
Good, great. And then when there are exchange and ideas flow is always very interesting and very
stream of consciousness and ideas that it's always fruitful.
Yeah, which is actually the purpose of the Italian Institute worldwide, to create those bridges and to exchange our culture with the local one.
We are active in many fields, literature and
yes, of course,
art. It will be too long to talk about our activities in this field.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for putting up this project, and thanks for being with us. I think that we have to let in Annalisa Rosso, curator of, and we say bye to Mr. Contestabile. Thanks for being with us. Good morning, Annalisa. Annalisa Rosso is part of Mr. Lawrence, the creative agency founded with Francesco Mainardi, that is in charge of the project. Good morning, Annalisa.
Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon.
Yes, in fact. Would you like to tell us something? How did you start to be involved in the project? What's the main goals? All the things?
Yes, thank you. As the Stefano Fossati that had the first idea of the project already mentioned, the principal aim was to build a bridge of sharing ideas, having a dialogue based on a common language, that is the language of design. So this idea of sharing from Milan to Hong Kong, these experiences, different experiences based on the next generations of designers, started actually with a program of webinar. We selected 3 designers, 3 Italian designers, truly representative of 3 different aspects of the best, I think, Italian design of representing the new generations of the emerging talents. And so we will see them in a few minutes. Federica Biasi, Federico Peri, and Sara Ricciardi. They shared not only their experience and the highlights of their career, but also a series of elements as their education, their first meeting, the references, the collaboration with brands and galleries and institutions, and even some nice advice for the students. On the other side, each school is now researching and following specific topics related to the present that we are living now worldwide. So they are following with an experimental approach several topics, questioning the borders, for example, of the new living space. The new living spaces, both in terms of design products and of interior design, with also an anthropological approach. And at the same time, we are questioning the new aesthetic and potential of a material as a ceramic that is really interesting from a contemporary point of view. And so we are balancing somehow local point of view and the global approach, tradition and innovation with this continuous sharing of ideas, of experiences, and of inspirations. Beside that, there is this super interesting website managed by Cinque Vie that I invite everybody to go and have a check, because it is really a peculiar point of view on the Italian design and on the general culture of design.
Would you like, Annalisa, to explain the collaboration with Cinque Vie and the project?
Yes, Cinque Vie is an association here in Milan that is running one of the main districts in the city that, you know, that the Milan Design Week is organized through districts of the city. And Cinque Vie is really focused on research, on the design that is pushing the border somehow. So in the past years, we saw really maybe some of the most experimental approaches and new designers. And I mean, you know very well, we both collaborated in that process. And with the same approach, with the same spirit of research and of keeping the mind open to new ideas and new inspiration, they are now, how can I say, managing, but not only managing, even hosting, because the final goal of this project will be presenting through a public exhibition the projects we are developing now during the next Milan Design Week in September 2021, and Cinque Vie will be the district hosting at CM.
In fact, I was going to ask you what's the goal and what's going to happen at the end of these exchanges. So there will be a show, an exhibition.
Yeah, two exhibitions, because we will have the CM space that is the center of Cinque Vie, and the Post Design Gallery Milan will host a part of the project. So yeah, we have this. How can I say, major deadline that is in the meanwhile developed through different steps of the project, as the webinars, the website, the Hong Kong project that Stefano Fossati mentioned before, the Hong Kong exhibition. And at the end of this first path, we will present the final project in Milan. But we are really interested, because you know that when you're working on a project like that, things happen and ideas coming, and so I'm really enjoying to following the sharing. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Very nice, absolutely. So as you mentioned, Milan, I would like, without losing you, I would like to let in William Figliola. William Figliola on the screen. William is co-founder of Novalis Art and Design and Post Design Gallery Associate. So as Annalisa just mentioned, will host half part of the project here in Milan next year. We are waiting for William.
So
we are waiting for William.
Maybe William.
Maybe we go on and William will join us. Federico Peri, Damon Yao, program leader of higher diploma in furniture and lifestyle product design. Eccoci. Sorry, William, we were going on because we couldn't see you. Okay, as in furniture and lifestyle product design. Yes. Good morning, William Figliola. As Annalisa just said, it's very nice that this project of, exchanging ideas and input towards the future of design. Can you hear me? As Annalisa just said, it's very nice. There is a problem because there is an audio problem, I guess. Annalisa, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Yeah, so with the two of us, it works well. When William Figliola gets in, it goes in echo and it doesn't work anymore.
Then I can leave my space to William.
Okay,
so with the
try again.
Okay. Figliola gets in, it goes in echo and it doesn't work anymore.
No, I have a problem. It doesn't matter.
Then I can leave my space to William. Okay, so I'm here by myself. Everybody left. I'm sorry. It seems that there are connection problem with William Figliola. Annalisa Rosso from Mr. Lawrence, the curator of the project, just left. I would like to invite to the screen Federico Peri, one of the designers. Good morning, Federico. How are you?
Good morning. Hi, good morning. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Good. All good, thanks. And we would like to invite also Damon Yao, Program Leader of Higher Diploma in Furniture and Lifestyle Product Design at the Hong Kong Design Institute. Hello, good morning. Nice meeting you.
From here.
Good. And Chak Yun Hei, Deputy Design Director in Multimedia Technology Holding. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, hey Chak, good morning. So, in the previous talk with our 3D designer, we had the chance to listen to the peculiar approach that Federico had towards creativity and, of course, design. Federico, would you like to give us a very quick introduction about the development that you brought on with these two misters over here, and then we leave the stage to A, Chak, and Damon Yao.
Hello.
I hope I pronounce it well.
It's okay.
Hi, everybody, and thanks for having me. And hello also to Damon and Hei. And yeah, we now start to discuss and to work together about the topic of the new way of living. And I'm dying to see the result of the students during the next days. We will have a meeting on Wednesday, and we will see the process, the design process of the designer. That for the moment I never saw them, so it will be my first time to see that I see their work. So it would be really, I'm really curious, and I'm dying to see what will going on with the project. And no, sorry.
No, go ahead, Federico.
And yeah, we are discussing about the future and the way of the living, how to develop different kind of furniture into the space. And but for the moment, we are just in the final moment, so I'm just waiting to see the result.
Good. And Damon, can you tell us how your student reacted to Federico inputs? How was developed this relationship? Do you have any anecdote that you would like to share with us?
Okay, I think it's an interesting project that we have. How to pronounce it? Federico share his insight and his work in the webinar, and we also have industry partner Hei, and also we have some factory partners from Hong Kong Decoration and Furniture Design Association. So it is kind of collaboration that we have different elements to make this project works. Our students are looking at the living style in Hong Kong, and our topic is called home. And so we ask them to define what is home, and they are working hard from different point of view. And so we are also excited to show you the work, and then we can start the conversation, and hopefully we can hear some feedback, and then hopefully to improve the design of the work.
Okay, good. So like very interesting experience. Thank you very much for your contribution. Hey, Chak, would you like to tell us how your company got involved in the project and what was the part you've been in charge of? How did you contribute it?
Yeah. First of all, it's a quite interesting project. I can see the student with different area, from not only product design but advertising and interior and furniture design student. It's very good to have a chance to let them to come together to think about a new project. And the topic for Hong Kong living style, I think Hong Kong living style is quite unique. I think it's quite famous. Hong Kong is we have a quite a small space, and we have a very special culture. Some you need the need in this local area. So I think it's very interesting for the to develop this project. And for my role, I'm very pleased to join the project with some, especially in UX design, user experience design concept thinking, because my company our work in TCL company is more like to think about more like to develop the user experience design in the whole ecosystem, not only in the TV product but mobile and even IoT project, with implementing the new technology with maybe architectural intelligence. So also inside this project, we try to use some more designer thinking with the user experience technique to the student to think more about every details for the living style for the users. Is it convenient, good for them to I think it's a very good way to enhance the value of a furniture design for the project. So it's I'm also the one looking forward to see the result.
Okay, thank you very much, Chak. Thanks to the three of us. Would like for your branch of the project, and I would like to invite to the screen our next guest, but to say that we will try again after the two designers, Sara Ricciardi and Evelyn Kwok, research assistant professor at the Academy of Visual Art, Hong Kong Baptist University. Welcome to the stage. I would like to say that we try to invite William Figliola again after Sara and Federica Biasi. Okay? Sara, good morning. Evelyn, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good morning, everybody. Hi.
Sara, would you like, we don't go that deep because we had a very interesting and extensive interview with you, and you explained about your take to design and your approach. But let's introduce us a little bit about your project with Evelyn over there, and then we listen to Evelyn's voice.
Sure. First of all, thank you, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. And it was, I mean, it's an interesting path together. At the beginning, I explained my position as a designer here in Milan. I explained the methodology behind my project, and that was our first step together. Then we moved into an explanation that was more about, a little bit of history, the movements that actually generated the interesting things in Italy, but also, comparing with other parts of the world, how, we can define shapes, depending by a message, a concept. And then the point is that we focalized a lot on ceramic with the ceramic field, because actually
material, yes,
we on that material, because we are going actually to define a project very related to that. So that was our moment, and I'm very happy because I always think that we are a part of a Silk Road interconnection from Roman Empire till today. We change tools, but it's always the same things. To grow, you need to interconnect and to share.
Absolutely. And Evelyn, nice to meet you. How was your exchange with Sara? Sara, how did you develop this tandem of ideas and creativity? Tell us a little bit about the process of the work.
Well, currently, our students have only seen Sara's work via the YouTube seminars, and I think what is actually really interesting in terms of even before meeting Sara is that their project is really focused on tactility, right? We're talking about materials, especially in a time where we are currently many a times confined to our homes and very small domestic spaces as well in Hong Kong. And so I think what they took from Sara's talks is the idea of sort of quite flexible tactility, but also thinking in geometry, thinking in forms and shapes, and really reinventing from quite perhaps sometimes quite structured or geometrically rigid kind of shapes and forms into something that's much more abstract and interesting and engaging in daily materials and daily objects. And so far, seeing some of the progress and the progress work that I'm sure maybe, Sara, you've seen the document already, they're really experimenting and pushing form. They're really focused on form, as well as the fact that, ceramics offer a kind of rigidity that might sometimes, be a bit too robust, in making certain things. But they're really pushing the envelope and really trying to, if you say, sort of bend the will of the material a little bit, which I personally think it's a great metaphor for currently the times that we live in, as well as, the material itself. So I think it's really great that this is happening, and I think it's a pleasure to sort of be working with Italian designers, especially someone like you, Sara, who's extremely flamboyant and interesting and engaging.
Yes.
And for the students to see that energy, to be influenced by that, because, I guess sometimes Hong Kong students are also a little bit more shy, even in the way that they express themselves, even if they are,
so they need to be shaken a bit. So I guess that Sara managed to do that.
I think Sara's a really good role model in terms of really sort of popping in the color and the sort of the energy and the vibrancy. And I really look forward to seeing their work coming to fruition, for sure.
Good. Sara, do you want to add something else about the results of your activity?
I'm really curious because we're gonna have a meeting actually at the end of this week, and so I'm very, very happy because it's the first time that we will have a proper engage, because I'm gonna see the students, and that's the most interesting part, because like people that come together, even if on a screen, but we are gonna talk and share deeply our thoughts. So I have to say that I'm really curious, but I'm sure that when you actually put together these sparks, there's always something interesting that comes out, so I'm very happy to see what is going to happen, and we are going to share it, of course, with all of you. It's going to be an interesting result at the end. Surprise.
Okay. So no more questions. So we keep the surprise. Sara, thank you very much. Evelyn, thank you very much. So we look forward, and thanks for being with us. I would like to invite Federica Biasi, designer Federica Biasi, on the stage. Brian.
Hello to everyone.
Ciao.
Brian Lee, Associate Professor at Hong Kong Poly School of Design. And then Jo Yin Mei Leung, Bamboo International Chief Operation Officer. Can we invite him on the stage or screen? You need to take the habit to say screen instead of stage. Anyway, Bamboo is not coming. Bamboo International is not going to be with us. So Federica, again, you explained a little bit already previously about your take on design. So now can you focus on the work that you have been carrying on together with Brian, and maybe you can tell us some more secret than Sara, no, or not?
But actually, we had two very nice lessons. The first one was focused on my path and my way to work, in order to understand, and also in order to talk with the students about their kind of research and their kind of path during their project. So the first lesson was totally focused on the research, and the second lesson was super interesting because our topic was super stuck. So super stuck, everything with the stackability and whatever. So
why did you choose? Why did you pick up the subject?
No, I didn't do it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
No, but actually it's super nice because of our partner is a Bamboo International, so
that we are missing now.
Yeah, it's super related with, and then was super interesting to work with. And we had a second lesson focusing on history of product design and industrial design and architecture also. So we had a lesson super focused on famous product in the history of design, focusing also chair, but also object and also architecture. So from the small one to the larger one. And it was interesting because as we know, today the world is moving towards smaller and smaller housing units. So we need to focus on this kind of stuff. And also in Asia, they need more space. And also we have to talk with the student for making a solution in this way and design solutions, so beautiful solution. And for me, it was a very nice honor and pleasure to work with the student and also a partner, so they can try, they can experiment with hand something real. So this is my way to teach every time. So work with something they can try on the reality. So it was super nice. We are waiting to see the results. So next week we are going to see everything.
So next week it's the moment. Yes. And Brian, would you like to tell us something about the activities of your school and in particular, how did you jump in this project with Federica?
Yeah, sure. First, I would like to confirm, Federica, that we are now trying to push our students very hard to come up with some surprise to you in coming days.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, Federica's work and her presentation share to the students a very holistic picture about or the review of one important part, which is first, I guess the student suddenly aware that there are lots of very good furniture design or objects that's already done by a lot of great designers. So it may give them some pressure as well. But of course, it's difficult to surpass the previous classic design. But at the same time, what the role of a current designer is that we ask our students to question about the new definition of product design or furniture, and that's why we have the topic called super stack. Because we are trying to address and ask students to understand about the new conflicts of how the current family members having different interesting interactions at home. Because we have now a home office, social isolation, as well as online class. They all stack up in a tiny room. And what our current one of our students group, they identify a case, which is around a 50-meter square home, but they have 5 family members, including a baby. And it is very tough world, because if you ask them to stay at home and you cannot go out, and you have online class or a Zoom meeting with your clients, then and also the baby cry, and so
you need to handle. Yes.
It's difficult to handle that, and then the student find that the current design cannot work. Didn't able to answer or interact with that type of situations. So Federica's the storyline, the history part, give the students a bigger cultural context. Then, in fact, we are now trying to see what are the new phenomenons. Then hopefully we can share some concepts with Federica and then receive her comments soon.
I'm super curious.
Yeah, but Federica, maybe you can share some of your expectations of what is gonna.
Okay.
No.
I don't know.
No.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I'm really curious about, but I don't know. I tried to imagine something, but I think they were working on some house unit in Peru, of course, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to think about it because I don't want to prepare my mind, and I'm open to everything to give them my suggestion.
Okay. Okay. Good. Federica, thank you for being with us. Brian, thanks a lot. Congratulations for the work you have been carrying on at your school.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you, Cristina. Thank you, Brian. Bye.
Be in touch.
Bye-bye. As I said, this project has been wanted by Stefano Fossati from Istituto Italiano di Cultura in Hong Kong, but it has been supported and coordinated by Cinque Vie. So I would like to invite Emanuele Tessarolo to the screen. Good morning, Emanuele.
Good morning, Cristina.
Emanuele Tessarolo is together with Ernesto del Cogliano, a super energetic lady, the soul of Cinque Vie. Emanuele, how started this relationship, this exchange with Stefano Fossati first, and how did you develop the project? How everything had been put together?
Okay. First of all, thanks, Cristina. I'm very happy to see you again. It's a long time we're not meeting for.
I also wanted to say, but we need to be formal.
Well, we started to talk with Stefano a few months ago, and we really were interested in this kind of exchange that we thought it could be possible to create. Stefano was coming from, as I said before, from this type of experience, Osaka, and he wanted reproduce it in Hong Kong. And just because, as you said before with Annalisa, we are the district in the historical center of Milan, it was very interesting to think about this kind of connection, the historical district of Milan and Hong Kong speaking together. Stefano was a kind of mean machine in working on this project, and we just tried all together to go with him to this result.
Great. And do you have expectation that maybe you can tell us something about what is gonna happen?
Well, okay, just in a few minutes what we are, because perhaps people just listening to us don't know us. We are an association based, as I said before, in the center of Milan, and we became 8 years ago an official district for the Design Week. So it's about 8 years we are working on this. We are also a creative hub for different kind of creative expressions like art, fashion, and in these 8 years, we were specialized on art design and research, as Annalisa said before. What is going to happen in the next September is that Milan, fortunately, is going to organize the Design Week again. We are just working on this new reality, as everybody is saying. And so we're going to open a digital gallery that is going to be a kind of bridge in between Milan, the center of Milan, and the rest of the world. And through this gallery and the digital part, we're going to create a different kind of connection with the rest of the world. So the expectation about this design made in Hong Kong is that we can really create something special in the next September, in which part is going to be physical in the center of Milan, and part is going to be digital directly from Hong Kong. This is what we would like to create.
Yes, of course, we need this dichotomy now because things are unfortunately different from the past. As Annalisa Rosso said at the beginning, so there's going to be a presentation at the Siam, which is one of your historical venue, I would say, that you take over every Salone del Mobile every April. Now this time it's going to be September, and you always have exhibitions and projects over there.
Yeah.
Well, Emanuele, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure to be with us and with you and with you all and discover more about this project. We look forward to see the project in real, physically, whenever possible. I think this is a wrap, and I would like to thank again all the participants. To state again that Design Made in Hong Kong is a project wanted by Stefano Fossati from the Italian Institute in Hong Kong, supported by Cinque Vie, powered by and curated by Mr. Lawrence, Annalisa Rosso. And thanks to our designers and our teacher, everybody that took part. And I wish you the best of luck, guys.
Thank you, and thank you. Thanks to you, Cristina. You were beautiful, and we really loved your moderation. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Emanuele. It's always a pleasure to talk with the interesting people. So, you know, when it is like that, the job comes very easily.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye to everybody.